An early morning rescue after a vehicle traveled 300 feet over the edge of Highway 70. We'll see work crews scattered across the Oroville Dam spillway this week. We'll share details of what they're doing there.
President Trump teases a major announcement about autism. I'm Natalie Brand with what the administration is expected to say and why doctors are pushing back.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at noon, a crash and rescue on Highway 70 in Butte County. The CHP and CAL FIRE were called out just before 5:30 this morning to a crash just east of Jarbo Gap in the Feather River Canyon. The vehicle had traveled over the edge 300 feet down a steep hillside. Firefighters say they were able to walk the patient out and that he came away with only minor injuries. One-way control traffic will bring up to 1 hour delays on Highway 70 today near Jarbo Gap. Caltrans says crews are working on repairing a slip out, including grading, plywood insulation, and deck panel work. If you're headed that way, you are asked to slow down and allow extra travel time through the work zone. Also new at noon today, you can expect to see activity this week on the Oroville Dam spillway. After another wet winter requiring flood control releases, the Department of Water Resources will be cleaning and conducting routine annual inspections of the concrete spillway chute. Crews will use pressure washers, brooms, and small cleaning equipment. Now that will be followed by engineers walking the spillway for inspections that will continue through October 10th. This is a live look from the Deer Creek Highway Alert California camera, and as you can see, we're seeing blue skies today and another day of hot temperatures. Sade here to tell us the latest.
Yeah, so today is officially the start of fall, but we're more so feeling like summer for today. We're going to reach the upper 90s for this afternoon. Currently, right now, we are looking in the 80s, about 87 degrees in Redding, 86 in Chico. For our foothills, they're looking about the same with 85 degrees in Paradise. And then our mountains are in the 60s to 70s currently in our area. So definitely not too bad, having a mild start for the day for this afternoon. Now, this is a look at our wind speeds right now. We have a slight breeze going on throughout the valley. The highest they are is 13 miles per hour, mostly happening in the Redding and Corning area, and we have a breeze going through Chico as well. Looking calm throughout the mountains and our foothills as well. This is a look at our futurecast. It shows 12:15, looking pretty clear. As I go throughout the afternoon, not a cloud in the sky. We're looking pretty sunny and hot for today. Back to you, Linda.
All right, thank you, Sade. New at noon, Sutter County Sheriff's deputies arrested a man suspected of impersonating a peace officer. They say 42-year-old Jamie Ramirez of Marysville pulled someone over Saturday on Highway 20 in Meridian. Deputies caught up with them and confiscated a loaded 30-round AR-15 magazine, an unregistered AR-15 rifle, and a LED light pod that flashes red and blue lights. Now Ramirez, on parole and with an active arrest warrant, was booked on felony charges. The sheriff's office says if you are ever pulled over by someone you're not sure is an officer, remember they will always identify themselves and present official credentials. Most traffic stops are conducted in marked vehicles, but if an unmarked vehicle does stop you, the officers will still provide proper ID. If you're uncertain or you think you're in danger, call 911. Police arrested a parolee for a late-night stabbing in Redding. It happened on Market Street around 10:15. Investigators say the victim, Daniel Wallace, was stabbed in the chest by a man he asked for a cigarette. Wallace was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say he was found on Diesel Horse Bridge, unresponsive, surrounded by drug paraphernalia. The suspect, Jeffrey Kelly, was on parole for attempted homicide. He was arrested on a new charge of attempted homicide. President Trump says his administration will make a major announcement today about autism. There are reports federal health officials plan to tie it to the use of acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol taken during pregnancy. But as Natalie Brand reports, medical professionals are pushing back.
I think we found an answer to autism.
President Trump has teased what he's calling a major announcement on autism in the U.S.
It's out of control. Autism, out of control.
Earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal reported the administration is expected to suggest acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol taken during pregnancy, and low levels of folate among the potential causes of autism.
The best evidence does not show an association between Tylenol and autism.
CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
The best recent study looked at 2.5 million kids from Sweden. They used sibling comparisons to factor out genetic factors and other factors, and they found no increase in risk in autism, ADHD, or other intellectual disabilities for pregnant women who used Tylenol during pregnancy.
Ahead of the White House announcement, the company that owns Tylenol is pushing back and says it's worried about consumer confusion and the impact on expecting mothers. In a statement saying, "We believe independent sound science clearly shows that taking acetaminophen does not cause autism." Experts say failing to treat medical conditions that warrant the use of acetaminophen, like a high fever while pregnant, could be far more dangerous.
If you have a high fever during pregnancy, that can cause neurodevelopment issues in the baby, so you don't want to let that fever go untreated.
The Washington Post also reports the Trump administration plans to promote a drug derived from folate called leucovorin as a potential autism treatment. Doctors say there may be evidence it can help a subset of autism patients who have a folate-related defect with speech and communication. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Tylenol has long been considered a safe drug for pain relief and fever reduction in pregnant women, since Advil or generic ibuprofen is not recommended. The man arrested for shooting into an ABC television station in Sacramento is due in court today to face charges. 64-year-old Anibal Hernandez Santana, arrested by Sacramento police Friday night, posting bail Saturday only to be arrested again by the FBI. FBI arrested the retired lobbyist on allegations he violated a federal statute barring interference with federally licensed stations. The court complaint says that a search of his vehicle turned up a handwritten note that read, quote, "For hiding Epstein and ignoring red flags, do not support Patel, Bongino, and AG Pam Bondi. They are next. CK from above." In today's Unsolved Mystery, we are looking at an unsolved disappearance of a man in Shasta County. According to the Sheriff's Office, Daniel Mayhew was reported missing by family in June of 2020. They said in January of 2017, documents belonging to Mayhew had been found in a remote area of eastern Shasta County, including Social Security card, a driver's license, passport, and birth certificate. Now, Mayhew had not contacted his family in years. He traveled extensively, and records show he was arrested and released in San Diego in August of 2017. Today, he would be 49 years old, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, and may use the last name of Hugh. He has a tattooed sleeve on his left arm. If you have any information, call the Shasta County Sheriff's Office. History comes alive with a fun-filled afternoon at the Tehama Museum. A guest joins us next with details.